The Super Bowl hangover is finally over. Welcome back to Who Won the Week. I'm Matt Ulrich, media analyst at EDO, and I am joined by Rebecca Sandidge, brand partnerships at EDO, to break down some topics as we kick off this new season.
Hey Matt, how's it going? Thanks for having me
It's
again.
it's good. It's a Tuesday, and I know we're excited about Love Is Blind this week. I know Netflix is having a big week, and I don't know if you heard, but tomorrow is the Love Is Blind finale of season 6.
I did hear you cannot escape all the buzz that surrounds Love is Blind these days. I'm a newer viewer, so I watched the first episode on my Peloton over the weekend, and I see it. I can see why people are kind of obsessed with this show. So I plan on catching up as much as I can before the finale. You a
I
big
love
fan?
the I am
Are
a big
you?
fan. Yep. Yep. I'm not watching I don't have a Peloton to watch it on, but from my couch, I've actually watched every season except one of them, and I'm very excited to see the decisions that are going to be made tomorrow, where it's like the concept of the show, right? It's like you agree to marry someone sight unseen, just for our viewers, and then by the end you kind of do like a trial period, and then the episode being released tomorrow is the big decision. Will they agree to marry each other or will they not? So I know a lot of people are anticipating it, and I know advertisers are anticipating it as well. I know we were talking a little bit about the advertisers in the program.
Yeah, I mean, Netflix is just hitting like such a home run with this program. I mean, just taking a step back, like just looking at where Netflix has gone the past couple of years. They've really done a great job bringing some content that's really entertaining. Like Saving You and bringing Suits on board, developing Love Is Blind. They've really upped their AVOD subscription base too, from like 5 million to 23 million
Yeah.
subscribers now. And this is just so great for advertisers. I mean, we have T-Mobile,
Yep.
who has been a big advertiser in Love Is Blind this year and really reaping the benefits of all those new subscribers, right?
Yeah, and I know we were just browsing on like the ad supported Love Is Blind, and you can't watch an episode without seeing T-Mobile as the presenting sponsor, and without seeing that Gabriel Mocked Patrick
Yeah.
Adams spot that like is that derivative from the Super Bowl. So that like ties in so well with like last summer the Suits movement on Netflix, and I feel like it's just all coming
Yeah.
together in terms of content, original, you know, syndicated content, and then the advertisers along with that content feels like it's creating a picture on Netflix.
Yeah, totally. I mean, just looking at T-Mobile's strategy of like reaching a bunch of people on the Super Bowl and then really following that consumer to Netflix, which I think is such a great environment for advertisers, right? I mean, what they've been doing and kind of doing this like slow burn release of episodes to like really get that repeat viewer over time, so you can hit them over like a longer period of time versus like in just one binge watching um, situation, right? And their ad load is still low, which means,
Yeah.
the clutter isn't there. It's really great environment for one particular advertiser to really own it and stick out, which is what we're seeing with T-Mobile.
Yeah, I know the ad load is about as low as it gets
Yeah.
for any sort of AVOD platform. With the EDO Netflix partnership got announced last year. I mean, we work with almost every streamer at this point, but
Yep.
the stat was, viewers are 4 times as likely to engage in an ad on Netflix than competitive streaming platforms. That's what EDO data found last like May Q1 of last year, and I'm sure advertisers are curious as to what that looks like now, as like you said, Netflix has been able to expand that
Yeah.
that base of viewers by so much within one year, maybe 4 times as
Yeah.
large as it was a year ago.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised at all by that engagement data point, that 4.5 times as engaging when you just look at the content that Netflix is putting out there. I mean, from Love is Blind, and now they've been going into live sports, right? So they had
Yep.
the Slam, right? And that was
Mm-hmm.
building off the Netflix Cup with the F1 athletes featured and everything. So, and they just signed the Raw deal, WWE. So, I
Yeah.
mean, that
Yeah.
passionate viewer is now going to go to Netflix, and I'm sure that they're going to be super engaged as well. So, putting out some really good content to engage viewers.
Yeah, I mean, well, you talked about like the strategy from Netflix. So with Love is Blind, they've been releasing episodes in chunks as opposed to the old
Yeah.
strategy of let's release all at one time. I know advertisers want sustained viewership. I mean, I from what I hear, WWE is like the ultimate play on that, right? It's like the
Yeah.
longest running weekly episodic program on TV. It is every single week an advertiser gets an opportunity to reach a pretty similar audience each week. So I actually see the parallels between the release strategy of Love is Blind and then
Mm-hmm.
something like WWE. And I think that's cool. And then we have, like you mentioned, the Netflix Cup is the golf event that
Yep.
built on their Formula One universe. And then we have the Netflix Slam, which was Alcaraz versus Nadal, these two great tennis players that builds on their, their series around featuring like all the tennis. I don't know, like last year there was the tennis related series that was a lot like the Formula One Drive to Survive. So there's this universe that they're translating into live events.
Totally. Yeah, I think Netflix, like this is all laddering up to this overall strategy of, delivering appointment viewing, right? Like that
Yeah.
great water cooler appointment viewing that happens over a period of time um, to just keep into audiences engaged and tuning in week after week.
Yeah, and we didn't see advertisers in the Netflix Slam, the tennis match on Sunday, did we?
No, there was definitely some brandage in there. La Roche-Posay was in there. Who else? I think Michelob Ultra.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. It
Yeah,
was
so
the court.
definitely
Yeah, it was the
yeah, the
court that
court,
they were
that's
playing in.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean even without that traditional ad unit in there, brands are still finding ways to take advantage of that engagement.
Well, and I feel like, yeah, I mean, they'll be building to live events, I'm sure, where advertising breaks will be constant. Maybe they're just trying to get subscribers, Netflix subscribers, to really get tuned in and locked into these um, programs. But I think, as I think about, Netflix, right? Like, regardless of what happens in the Love is Blind finale, what we find out about love, we know that advertising is not blind, and Netflix has a pretty good strategy that they're developing and starting to execute on in 2024.
I can't wait to see what we find out about love,
Was
Matthew.
was that too corny? I I don't know. I'm sorry.
Best social experiment. I'm gonna like totally catch up now.
Well, Rebecca, thanks so much for joining today. This is a lot of fun, and looking
Yeah.
forward to seeing you next week.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And I'll put some time on our calendar to catch up on Love is Blind, which once I get there. Okay.
I'll talk to you Thursday morning, bright and
Cool.
early.
All right, good. Invite coming.
Thanks, Rebecca. See
All
ya.
right, thanks, Matt. See ya.